All right, Gilbert. Clash at the Castle is this weekend. AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes 2. So, Gilbert, let me put this in context. You might have seen the videos. AJ Styles announced that he was retiring. He comes out. He's like, I'm going to retire. This is it. Similar to what Mark Henry did a couple of years ago. I don't know if you remember with John Cena, where he's like, babies, I'm coming home. And then he grabs Cena and he like world heaviest slams him and then goes, you thought it was that easy. So AJ did the same thing and did it to Cody Rhodes. And now he's going to be facing Cody Rhodes in an I Quit match at Clash at the Castle. Gilbert, WWE's taking this approach where less is more. So they've been doing 5 or 6 matches and going on for 25 to 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes and letting the wrestlers kind of tell their story in the ring. I'm 100% with it. I think some in the past WWE's rushed. They do 20 or like 10 matches in a 3-hour window and it goes by like they have to rush matches. Sometimes they can't get to all the matches. So I feel like this has been a good product, but the AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes won the championship a couple months ago and it just hasn't felt the same. And I'm not, it's no knock on Cody.
Wow.
I just feel like right now with no heavy hitters, it's been a little bit tough. I love the AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes rivalry. I think they've done a great job with it, but it just doesn't, it's missing that you're missing what. And again, Solo Sikoa came out. By the way, there's more Bloodline members coming from what I've been reading. So but Solo was presented as the tribal chief until Roman Reigns comes back, and they were booing and they started chanting, we want Roman. Very, very Gilbert, when that man comes back, that pop is going to be ridiculous. But I think Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles are 2 of the best wrestlers in the world. They're going to do a great job, I'm sure. But you kind of want that extra umph, and I feel like that's what they're going to add with this I Quit match. It's obviously they're going to be able to use weapons and all that stuff, so it'll be interesting to see. But there is kind of like you're missing that kind of and I'm not, and this is in Cody. There's some wrestlers that are really good at chasing, and you get behind them and you love them, and there's other ones where when they're champions, it kind of goes a little bit. But I think ultimately we're building up for a SummerSlam where we might get Randy Orton against Cody Rhodes, and I feel like that would
not the Rock. Not the Rock.
I don't think so. They're saying he's filming that UFC movie right now, I don't know if he'll make it back. Maybe he'll make an appearance, but I don't think he'll wrestle.
Yeah, he mentioned that Alexander Usyk is going to be in the movie.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. He said he hopes that Alexander takes it easy on him after what he just did to Tyson Fury, but yeah, Gilbert, I think it'll be a great match. And I think they'll put on a show. Mimsy does not want The Rock back.
Come on. The final boss.
No, I actually like that game. I actually thought it was hilarious.
I do too.
When he'd look over at Cody Rhodes' mom and start talking crap.
Mama Rose. Speaking of I Quit match, was that iconic fight between Mankind and The Rock during the Super Bowl halftime? Was that an I Quit match? I don't even remember that one.
Oh shoot! I think
it was. It was either it wasn't an Iron Man. It could have been an I Quit match. I remember, or I retired.
No. An Iron Man match would be 60 minutes.
Yeah, 60 minutes. You're right.
Yeah. So
I remember that happened like during like a halftime of a Super Bowl.
Yeah. But obviously, Gilbert, we'll see what happens there. I have Cody winning that. Again, I think we're headed for a Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. They've been teasing it. Everybody wants to see it. They want to see what Randy would say, what Cody would say. It's going to be awesome. Obviously, he mentored him and Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase allegedly is now facing legal charges for some stuff. So, but this will be a good Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles match. Gilbert, Drew McIntyre is facing he's facing oh god, now you made me forget. Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gilbert,
my guy.
It's in Scotland.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
And there's been rumors of frustration with Damian Priest, but I thought last week he cut his best promo as a champion. There's been a little bit of questions with the promos that he cuts and all this different stuff. So I don't know if they'll take the belt off of him, but last time they kind of did screw Drew in Ireland. They screwed him at WrestleMania. Is this finally the chance, or will CM Punk screw him again and just fly
Yeah,
to
I would like that.
Scotland to just screw him?
Yeah, but
So
I think it's time to move on from Damian Priest. I think you're right. It
yeah,
hasn't been going too well.
I think Drew McIntyre will win this. Will win this match. He'll become the champion, and then we'll set up a CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre SummerSlam. And it's underwhelming because also, like Mimsy said, it's been underwhelming, but it's also the fact that like Seth Rollins just isn't there. It would have been a good Seth Rollins and Damian Priest. Seth Rollins could have been carrying it, could have been a good back and forth, and unfortunately, Damian's kind of had to carry it a little bit. Then you have Drew, who's good at carrying him, so he's done a good job. But it just hasn't felt the same. So yeah, I think Drew wins it, but there has to be a CM Punk. Something's gonna happen with CM Punk there. And Gilbert, I'll get your predictions right now. And lastly, the other match that I wanted to highlight, Piper Niven, who used to go as a Doudrop. She's also Scottish. She's from Scotland, and she'll be wrestling Bayley. So Bayley, that's another one, Gilbert. I think they've kind of done a bad job with Bayley so far. It's kind of been an underwhelming. She won the championship. Everybody was excited. And then you've had a drop off, and it's like, why? Why the drop off? Keep it going, keep it moving, put her in exciting matches, bring up an NXT star so she could go up against her or something. But they haven't really done it. So I was kind of like, but can Piper win it in her hometown? The other day, by the way, while she was cutting a promo with Bayley, they started going, what? And then she goes, inbred say what? And then they go, what? And then so I started laughing. I'm like, oh, wow, that's actually pretty good. So I still think Bayley, retains, because I think ultimately we're going to get a Nia Jax versus Bayley at SummerSlam. And I'm going to be interested to see what direction they go with that. Because Nia, ever since San Diego, Gilbert, on day one here, she's kind of got the ball rolling, and I feel like she's going to win that match. So I just think that they are we're headed to that. So I think that Bayley wins that match. But Gilbert, I just want to get your thoughts. Who you got, Damian Priest or Drew McIntyre?
I think you're right. It's time for Drew McIntyre to deliver and also hold on to the title, and it's in Scotland. So and I do like that storyline with CM Punk coming back and some.
Can you imagine it's gonna be like the pop for Drew if he actually wins? It's gonna be ridiculous. Bayley versus Piper, Gilbert.
Also a hometown, right, for Piper, right? Or home area. But no, I'm just saying, like I want to
okay.
say, I want to say that, but they won't go 2 for 2. Give me Bayley.
Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles. I quit match.
You know what? Just because of what you've been saying, it's kind of been missing something with Cody, and you want to add some intrigue. I say AJ Styles gets it, and I want to add that I like that AJ is back in the spotlight. He is one of the best wrestlers on the planet.
So
you know, he was good on the microphone, but I don't get why he's kind of been forgotten for a bit. And then he got that whole feud with LA Knight. That was pretty cool to see in person in Philly. For him to get that, it's also being close to the end. I like that for him, and maybe a little surprise there.
All right. Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. Chad Gable, his contract expired last Friday. Everybody thought that AEW was going to make a run for him. According to multiple sources, Chad Gable, not mine, people, some news outlets, Chad Gable is close to re-signing with WWE. So who knows if he's on Monday Night Raw tonight, because obviously we're recording right now. But Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Gilbert.
So if he's getting a new contract, make him happy. Chad Gable.
I'm gonna go Chad Gable as well. I think again, Sami Zayn's a good chaser, but now I'm kind of like, all right, let's get it kind of going. So I'm gonna go Chad Gable as well. I think it's time for Sheesh to win one. So I'm definitely excited for that. And then last but not least, your girls, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, defend against Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, Alba Fry, and Isla Dawn. Gilbert, you got your girls retaining?
Yeah, give me Jade and Bianca. They're on a dominant run, but eventually they're gonna turn on each other. I can't wait for that.
Oof, that's gonna be. I still think that Jade needs a little bit more work before they do it, but they're cooking with gasoline right now. So I'm definitely.
If that does occur, I wonder if Bianca does like a heel turn, which I don't know if she'll be good at. People like her a lot.
I don't know. She might be interesting because we haven't, but yeah, I think Jade would be the one that would turn heel.
I think she's good at both sides. That's good. That's her
Yeah.
thing. But you're right. She needs more work in the ring. But in terms
Yeah.
of being a persona for both sides, I think she can knock it out the park.